Turner's Garage, and welcome to my workhorse. This is a Jaguar X-Type 2.2 diesel sport premium estate, and this has been my car for about the last 3 years now. It's been my daily workhorse that I've used for lugging around the kids, family bits, dump runs, football, detailing, you name it. It's now just ticked over 160,000 miles, but everything's still working really well. There's no problems and it hasn't let me down. So you might have seen an earlier video I did where I showed you how to replace the battery, and that's the only issue it did have, where, let's turn that fan down a little bit, where the battery died. Oh well. I actually bought this car in July 2020, so I had my XFR a couple of months, and I used to run a 1999 V-Reg Vauxhall Frontera 3.2 V6 Auto, the limited one with the big 5-door one with loads of space in it, and that was my workhorse before this. The Frontera was amazing. I had so much fun in that car, and it was really well put together. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was old, and people said that car's not going to make it anywhere, and I said it's 19 years old. If it survived 19 years, it will make it on a 500-mile trip across to Northern Ireland, where my brother lives. Made it fine, perfect. I took so much stuff in that as well. Took some bits over for them. That was a great workhorse. The thing when the XFR arrived was I then had two really thirsty cars. I can't afford to run two extremely thirsty cars like that. So I sold the Frontera to my mate, who still has it, and it's still on the road now. It still lives, and it serves its purpose as a workhorse for him. And I picked up this X-Type. This X-Type, I had it for 3 or 4 months, and for some reason, I know it was COVID, there was lockdown, a lot of us had, probably not the best time, and for some reason, I thought I need to sell the car, but I wasn't going to sell the XFR. I just bought it, but I thought I need to sell this car. Considering this car's probably worth about $2,000, you think, what are you doing selling that? You don't need to sell it. You're not going to get anything out of it, really, and it's your workhorse. But I sold it. So November 2020, I sold the car. It went, and I thought, great, I've got a bit of money to do something. And then I was like, I need my workhorse. I need an estate car. And then we bought the black X-Type, which I paid 600 quid for, off my mate who had a workshop up in Leeds. And sound car, perfect. I can't argue with that. It's a great car. Better than I thought it was going to be. Probably better than he thought it was going to be. And anyway, as you do, sitting on eBay after a few beers late at night, this estate was up for sale. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so that's my old estate. I'd quite like it back. So I messaged the seller. It was a business down in Dover. They specialised in Land Rovers more than Jags, whatever. But they had this X-Type. So the guy that I sold it to had then moved it on to them, and he'd bought this other car. But it had done 25,000 miles in that year, so he'd obviously used it a lot. Anyway, we did we were in discussion, and we negotiated on the price that he wanted for it. And I went down to Dover on the train, and I picked it up and brought it home, and then set to work on sorting a few bits and pieces out. Needed new brakes all round, so I put some brakes, did the brakes on it, serviced it, just general maintenance bits really. Did the brake fluid actually, and yeah, got it right, got it looking good. Just needed a few little bits and pieces over time as well. It had a really bad paint job on the rear bumper, like someone rattle canned it in their garden. I don't know who did that, but whoever did that should probably stick to painting. Well, I don't know, kids painting. It was a shocking job. Didn't even colour match. But then that aside, we sorted it all out. I've got the car to presentable standard, and here it is today. Yeah, still going, still running really well. So I'm pleased with it. I really am. But this Sport Premium model, this was sort of the second highest in the X-Type range of trim levels, if you like, with the Sovereign being the absolute top dog. The logbook for this says it's a Sovereign, and a lot of the 2007 models X-Type say they're Sovereigns, even when they're not. And the way to tell a Sovereign is you've got the half wood steering wheel, you've got the walnut trim, you've got the piped leather seats, and you've almost certainly got the Alpine premium sound system as well. Now this one doesn't have the Alpine system, it doesn't have the piped leather seats. Being the Sport Premium, it has these really nice perforated sport seats and the perforated sport steering wheel. And they also have different suspension as well. I think the shocks on this one, I mean there's sport shocks and you have the comfort shocks for the Sovereign. So a lot of people think they've got a Sovereign when really you haven't got a Sovereign. You've probably got an SE, or you've got Sport Premium like this. And I prefer the Sport Premium. So equipment wise on these, again you get the touchscreen sat nav, heated front seats. I've got memory driver's seat, fully electric passenger seat, folding mirrors. So yeah, it's a nice spec, I'm happy with it. It's got everything on it that I want on it. It doesn't have the Alpine upgraded sound system, which I think could be really cool. But I don't mind. So on the road driving this estate, yeah, it feels good. It's a nice, comfortable motor. I'm happy with it. I've got decent gearbox, got good engine in front of me. 2.2 puts out 152 brake. I think it's about 360 newton-meters of torque. 0 to 60 was around 8.5 seconds. Top speed about 137. So it shifts pretty well, and it keeps up with modern traffic despite being 17 years old. And for a workhorse, it's more than adequate for me, really. Does what I need to do. It carries loads of stuff in the back here. Like I said, I've had everything from garden fences from, remember Storm Eunice a few years ago? Well, I had my whole garden fence in the back of here, thanks to Storm Eunice. It's had hedges, it's had hedges in there. I've had a 6-foot snooker table in there. I've had football stuff because I coach football, play football occasionally, and obviously with detailing I carry a lot of kit around. I don't often go mobile to people, but I can, and when I do I pump this car full of all the stuff I'm going to need. So things to look out for with these cars really is your seals can be the thing that make or break these cars. If it's got good seals, then the car should live on for a long time. The black one that I've got, that black saloon that my wife uses, the seals on that, they still look like new, and that's never been welded. That car is just solid. The rest of it is tired, I think. The rest of it is tired, but it still gets through its MOTs, and it's still a completely solid car. Therefore, for that reason alone, I'll keep it. She can continue using it. She's happy with it, so that's great. This one has had a little bit of work in the past that it's needed, and you have to keep on top of things like that if you want the car to continue to survive. But that's not to say this car has been a problem. Far from it. You know, it's been one where I've needed a couple little bits of pieces to do here and there, and I'll keep on top of them. Keep the maintenance on top. Keep on top of the maintenance. Obviously regularly service the car. It's got good brakes all round, it's got great tyres on it all round. I've got Brembo disc and pads, not like the big Brembos that we think of, they're just Euro car parts Brembos, which are still Brembos, but they're good quality brakes. I don't want to put the cheapest products on them, but I'm using the car all the time. I like to use good products. I've got Michelin Pilot 5s now on the car all round. So I want to use good stuff on it. Got genuine Jaguar filters and oil filter, and it's running Shell oil and Shell fully synthetic oil. So I like to give my cars the best I can afford for them and keep them running, because I like doing that. I believe then that if I continue doing that, keep top maintenance, using the best products I can get, the car's going to live a happy life. And so far I'd say yes, that's true, because at 17 years old and 160k on it, doesn't miss a beat. I'd take this car anyway. These old X-Types are quite heavy on bushes, so suspension parts. So when you are on the move, it's always good to listen out for any sort of clonks and thuds that shouldn't be there. And this one in particular seems to ride really nice. I don't have any sort of noises that give me any kind of worry that something is really warm. It's going for the MOT anyway, and we want to make sure that when I present the car to Rich in the garage, that it is in as good a condition as I can get it. I like to clean the cars up before the MOT, and as you've seen in previous videos, we've been under the car, had a look around, see what's what. I was a little bit concerned about the condition of the seals, but they were clearly fine when I jacked the car up. They weren't as weak as I was worried that they would be. We got to work with the Gentlite and gave the subframe a good clean up, all the components, gave them a nice little coat of paint just to protect them as well. So all stuff like that, preventive maintenance, means that hopefully when MOT comes round, that your car's going to be in good shape. That's what we've done with this. So when we zip it round to the garage, we'll see what Rich says, and hopefully we'll get a nice clean pass. I'm just coming into the industrial estate now. I'll take this round for its MOT and see what Richard says. He has a look at it and hopefully gives it a thumbs up. Oh, it's busy here. Right. Just put it here for now. There we are. Okay. We'll back in a bit and we'll see how we get on. So, I've picked the car up from Rich. It's had its MOT. How do we do? That's one nice, clean, shiny pass. Just goes to show, you look after your car, it looks after you. So my wagon lives on for another year, and that is Friday night. Sorted now. Time to go home, enjoy the weekend, down my tools, and have a break, because there's been a lot going on, a lot to do, and it'd be nice just to sit down and have a beer and relax until tomorrow when we all go again. There's no rest for the wicked. Have a good weekend, thanks for watching, stay tuned, and see you in the next one.